This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Tonight on RTV6, we sit down with the man taking the reins of the Marion County Prosecutor's Office, what he intends to do as leader, and why he believes stricter gun laws are part of the solution to the violence problem in our city. But first, good evening, I'm Rafael Sanchez, and this is the news at 7. RTV6 is working for you to raise the awareness about railroad safety after speaking with a family about their loss. This is Rail Safety Week in Indiana and across the country, and our state ranks third when it comes to the number of collisions at railroad crossings. Earlier this year, Krista Smith's daughter, Shauna, was killed at the crossing on Tracy Road in Whiteland in Johnson County.
Getting a phone call in the middle of the night to say come to this accident is just devastating, and we certainly want to bring awareness so that this doesn't happen to anyone else. We would never, ever, ever want another family to go through the grief and the loss that we have felt in the last 6 months, and that's going to last us forever.
After Shauna's death, the Whiteland town manager had signs made up and placed them at every railroad crossing throughout Johnson County. For Rail Safety Week, companies and police are making sure that people know to stop and wait to stay safe.
Anytime you're around railroad tracks, whether it's on foot or in a vehicle, pay attention to what's going on. You know, if there's lights flashing, they're flashing for a reason. If there's not, there's a stop sign. Stop means stop. Look.
Last year, there were 150 collisions at Indiana railroad crossings, leading to 17 deaths and 54 people being injured. Today, no shortage of sunshine, though we could see some rain soon. Another clear and warm day throughout central Indiana. Kevin, we're not complaining, but boy, could we use the rain. Let's check in with Kevin Gregory right now with the latest forecast.
And we've got limited opportunities, but there are chances ahead. This was the story this morning. 49 degrees, Lafayette, Bloomington, and Terre Haute. Temperatures recovered all into the middle to upper 70s, but second day in a row, we've stayed in the 70s for highs. Pretty consistent within a degree or two for all of central Indiana, even to the south. Temperatures just barely making 80 degrees. What's ahead this evening? Wind will be light out of the south. Temperature 73 now. By the time we get to 11 o'clock tonight, with just some thin clouds at that point, 64 degrees. It will not be as cool tomorrow morning, generally in the upper 50s at around 6 a.m. We'll watch for patchy light fog to develop because the wind will be light tonight. Temperatures fall off into the upper 50s. Tomorrow, game plan about like today. The chance for any showers, 20%. I'll show you a timeline of potential showers coming up.
Now at 7, a rare and potentially deadly mosquito-borne virus has already killed at least 3 people in southern Michigan. And now that same thing has been found right here in Indiana. The virus, known as EEE, and is a rare cause of brain infections. And so far this year, mosquitoes in one area of Elkhart County have tested positive for that virus. 5 horses in the county have also tested positive for the virus. At least 2 of those horses had to be euthanized. All clear after a massive black cloud filled the sky today as fire crews, they battled a big fire at a west side salvage yard. The smoke cloud could be seen as far away as Hamilton County to the north and Greenwood to the south. Crews were dispatched to the fire at the Midtown Recycling, that's on South Tibbs Avenue, just after 10 this morning. Investigators say an employee with Midtown Recycling said that he was draining the fuel tank on a vehicle when the fuel ignited and started that fire. The Indianapolis Fire Department says it is standard procedure for the salvage yard to drain tank fuels on those vehicles. IMPD says they need to find this man who was involved in a shooting. Investigators say it happened July the 21st in the area of 2300 block of North Dearborn Street. And that's on the city's northeast side between North Rural Street and North Sherman Drive. Officers say the man is wanted for aggravated assault. If you recognize that man right there or know anything about the shooting, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. That number is 317-262-TIPS. You can remain anonymous. Tonight, demanding action after someone shot 6 people in downtown Indianapolis over the weekend. The head of the police union, Rick Snyder, and the leader of Indy's 10-point coalition, Charles Harrison, they delivered a strong message for everyone in Indianapolis. On Saturday night, a gunman shot 6 people outside of the Steak and Shake on West Maryland Street. That's just blocks from Monument Circle and right by Circle Center Mall, an area where thousands of residents and visitors gather on a daily basis. Snyder and the Reverend Harrison say violence like this happening in the heart of Indianapolis far too often, and no one seems to be concerned enough about this issue.
Where's the outrage? Where are our elected, departmental, business, and civic leaders declaring that violence such as this is unacceptable in our community? Instead, we have watched politicians banter back and forth while others seem to shrug off the incident, all while our police officers are left trying to hold things together on the front lines without clear support or direction. This is not about politics. It's about people. And people are being critically injured and dying in our streets, and no one seems to care.
Snyder went on to say that the Indianapolis criminal justice system, juvenile system, is broken. He says officers keep arresting the same offenders due to the system of catch and release criminal justice system. He argued that sentences for offenders need to be more severe. Snyder also says the juvenile justice system is broken. He says too many kids are released to parents instead of spending time in the juvenile detention center. Now at 7, a day after Marion County Prosecutor Terry Curry resigned to focus on his prostate cancer fight, we are taking a closer look at the man who will lead the office, including 400 employees. Joining us now, the interim Marion County Prosecutor, Ryan Mears. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
What will be your priorities as the interim?
Yeah, so I think one of the things that we're going to try to do, continue to do, is really try to balance our dual responsibilities here. We definitely believe at the Marion County Prosecutor's Office it's our obligation to try to help people as they come back into the community, and also for individuals who maybe in the past who have made mistakes, what can we do to put those people in a position to be successful moving forward? So we've been very aggressive on the second chance law, which allows people to get expungements for prior criminal convictions. And we've also been very aggressive in getting people their driver's licenses. If you're in Marion County and you need somewhere if you need to pick your kids up from school, if you need to go to a job, if you need to go to an interview, chances are you're going to need to drive. And the most important thing for us is getting those people legal and also making sure that they have insurance. So we've tried to be aggressive on those two fronts. But we also want to hold violent criminals accountable, and we want to make sure that we aggressively prosecute people who do harm to other individuals.
Yesterday on this program, the president of the FOP sat in that chair and asked, where is the outrage after 6 people were shot in downtown Indianapolis, 3 juveniles, 3 adults? What do we do about that? From your perspective as the interim prosecutor, what's to be done?
I think there's a number of things that we can do. One of the biggest things that we have done at the Marion County Prosecutor's Office is we are getting smarter and using better data to be able to better identify who are the individuals involved in either these nonviolent shootings or these murder cases. And so we feel like using these tools, we're able to better identify the individuals who are perpetrating this violence earlier on so we can stop that cycle of violence. I think it's also we need to be honest about the legislature, and this is an opportunity hopefully for us to take action and to have stricter gun laws here in Marion County. Some of the most difficult conversations we have at the prosecutor's office is with victims' families when they're injured or even sometimes when they lose their life. And one of the constant questions we get from those families is, well, where's the gun charge? Why isn't there a gun charge on this? And oftentimes there's not a gun charge, and there's a lot of room to grow in the legislature. And so one of the things that we want to continue to do is ask for stronger, stiffer penalties. We at the prosecutor's office, we feel like we have a pretty good handle on what's going on in our streets. And the only thing we're asking for is the tools to be successful. And we're telling the legislature, we're telling the community, we need these tools in order for us to be successful moving forward.
Can you be specific as to exactly what you'd want? Because often what we hear from the other side, it's not the gun, it's the person. Or if someone even talks about the idea of talking about any kind of a gun issue, then you want people people's guns. So can you put that in perspective as to what would you like to see in January when the legislature returns? One or two things you'd like for them to see to help you as a prosecutor.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us is when you take a look at AR-15s, AK-47s, those types of rifles, there is no regulation here in the state of Indiana. If someone wants to walk around Monument Circle with one of those guns, there's literally nothing anybody can do to stop them. There's no permitting requirement, there's no background check on that, and that leads to those guns getting in the hands of the wrong people. Right now, as we sit here, we're prosecuting a case where a 1-year-old was shot and killed with one of those weapons. That person's charged with murder. They're not charged with a gun crime, and I think that exposes a real hole in our legislature.
Your boss had an impact on this community, serving for more than 8 years, stepping down yesterday to really focus on his health with advanced prostate cancer. What will be his legacy from your perspective?
He definitely restored trust in the prosecutor's office. He took over a really difficult situation, and he made it from day one. His message to every single deputy prosecutor was, do the right thing. Do what you think is right under the circumstances. Ignore any political pressure. Do what you think is best. And that was really a powerful message on down that really gave people the confidence to always do the right thing and act in the interest of justice. And I think that's why we were able to produce some really good results in some really difficult cases.
He's only in the beginning of his third term. The Democratic caucus will meet in about 30 days to determine who will fill out his slot through December of 2022. Will you file a letter of intent? Do you want to be the permanent prosecutor if the precinct committee people pick you?
Absolutely. This is a job that I've had. I've worked as a prosecutor for 12 years. I have quite a bit of trial experience. Last year at this time I was getting ready for a triple murder case, so I've seen the office at all different types of levels. And so I'd love to continue to serve out Prosecutor Curry's term and continue his legacy here in Marion County.
I would imagine that others believe that they should also maybe have a shot at the job, but what makes you the best candidate to fill that role?
Well, I think it is that level of experience. I think it's important that the prosecutor actually be inside a courtroom. I think it's important that the prosecutor actually try these cases. You're faced with a lot of difficult decisions when you're the Marion County prosecutor. Who do we charge with murder? What types of plea offers should we potentially offer in these cases? And if you don't have that foundation of being in a courtroom, it's difficult to make those decisions. And so I think having served as a deputy prosecutor literally at every different stage of the office, prosecuting everything from misdemeanor cases all the way up to murder cases, that experience puts me in a position to hopefully exercise good judgment for the people of Marion County.
Ryan Mears is the interim Marion County prosecutor. Sir, thank you so much to you.
Thank you. I appreciate the time.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, coming up on the news at 7, getting 2 degrees without having to spend any extra money or time. It sounds pretty good. How this is a reality for some next in hiring Hoosiers. Plus, big changes for one suburb could be on the way. What leaders are considering doing to this downtown. Next on the news at 7.
Working for you.
Through Hiring Hoosiers, RTV6 is hoping to provide you with connections to jobs and many, many training programs. How would you like to get 2 degrees without ever having to pay more money? The IU School of Liberal Arts has a new program to support IUPUI students. RTV6's Erin Lish shows us how they're getting them classroom to career ready and also making them stand out for employers.
It's the Dual Degree Advantage program, and it was designed to position students for success after graduation and giving them that advantage for future careers. And students add that it's broadening their college experience.
It's phenomenal. It is allowing me the opportunity to both major in liberal arts classical studies and biology.
Through the Dual Degree Advantage program at IUPUI, students like Jocelyn Blackburn can get 2 degrees without any additional expenses or time.
I have to graduate within 4 years in order to pursue med school and in order to make sure that I'm not spending a ton of extra money.
How this works is the IU School of Liberal Arts baccalaureate competencies are waived for students whose first major is in another IUPUI school.
This program allows students to combine both a practical career-focused college experience with an opportunity to follow their passions.
And that's exactly what Blackburn is doing. Plus, what she's learning will support her future career in medicine.
So definitely what I've learned in my classical studies classes will translate perfectly to the real world and perfectly to my career path as hopefully a physician one day.
Working for you, Erin Lish, RTV6.
And thank you so much. Majors in liberal arts include journalism, philosophy, and political science. We have all of that information about those majors for this dual degree advantage program in this story on the RTV6 app, as well as our website, theindychannel.com. Jobs ready for the taking next on the news at 7, the jobs of the week. But first, let's check in with Kevin.
And a dry evening, thunderstorms off to the west, and by west over Iowa, portions of Kansas. When will our rain chances go up? We'll focus on that when we come back.
This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
And now at 7, let's head out to Hendricks County. Downtown Plainfield could soon see a big makeover. Town officials say they want to build a new government center and a 600-seat performing arts center. The proposal is to build the facilities on the corner of Center Street and Main Streets. The new government center and performing arts center would replace the current Plainfield Municipal Building. Now, this isn't a done deal. The town council still needs to figure out funding and fundraising options. Now, if approved, construction would start in April of 2020. The government center would open around the summer of 2021, and the performing arts center would open in the winter of 2022. We are not ready for winter. We want to enjoy the fall weather that hopefully will come soon. And Kevin, we could use some rain from Plainfield to Rushville.
Yeah, absolutely. All of central Indiana, just one season at a time. We seem to mix them quite frequently. We've still got a little bit of summer coming up here. We'll show it to you in a second. Our chance for rain is minimal, but at least we're telling you there's a chance. As you can see, tomorrow through Sunday, daily chance for some showers and thunderstorms. Then once the warmth reestablishes itself, then our rain chances will pretty much disappear. Thunderstorms tonight, western Iowa, some rain then in portions of southern Missouri. Tomorrow we'll begin our chance for some showers and thunderstorms, but I think over the next several days the most likely area will be northern Indiana into lower Michigan. We're still on the good side of this scale. Humidity way low, making temperatures in the 70s very enjoyable, and that dry air allowed our temperatures to drop into the upper 40s in spots this morning. That occurred around 6:30. So if you slept in late, you missed the coolest temperatures. It's 73 in Indianapolis right now, 75 in Greensburg. Temperatures in the upper 60s along 231 from Greencastle to Linton, Crawfordsville, up to Lafayette, where temperatures in the low 70s. 59 tonight. The wind will be out of the south, and we'll call it clear to partly cloudy. We'll have to shake off some of the clouds that we've had through the day. Instead of temperatures around 50, they'll be closer to 60 in many spots, certainly upper 50s tomorrow morning. We start with some sunshine. We'll see those clouds increase as we go in the afternoon hours. Temperatures move again from the upper 50s, about a 20-degree jump to the afternoon high. 7 a.m., clouds around as we get to mid-morning. Isolated showers and thunderstorms along the Wabash River and west. By 1 o'clock in the afternoon, a very broken line of some showers and thunder showers. Don't be frustrated. The chances of rain are low, so just don't plan on the rain. If you get it, it's a bonus. The wind will be strong tomorrow, gusting to 30 miles per hour out of the southwest. High temperatures above the average high of 74. On Thursday, temperature right around 80 degrees. And as you look at the 7-day planner, temperatures over the next 7 days will continue to warm up. They'll peak Monday and Tuesday in the upper 80s. That's also when we turn dry, at least starting to eliminate any chance for rain.
This could be the day that we connect you with the job you've been looking for. Anna Pentenberg with Sirion Staffing is here, so let's get to work with all of these great jobs.
All right, we're going to start off with a loan origination assistant. This is essentially a loan mortgage assistant that would help with some customer service aspects, communication, and data entry. Prior experience is preferred, and if you have experience with Calyx software, that is also preferred. This will range between $15 to $17 an hour depending on your experience.
Our next job is a forklift operator at a warehouse in Greenwood in Johnson County.
Yes, of course, we always have warehouse and forklift positions available, but right now we have over 50 positions available in the Greenwood area. Pay ranges can be anywhere between $11.50 and $13.75 an hour.
And then we go to Carville back in Hamilton County.
Yes, this is a business service representative. This is for an investment company in Carmel. This would start at $15 an hour, and you would be helping process investment requests. You must have a high school diploma or GED for this position.
And we have one more for you to take a look at back here in Marion County in Indianapolis.
This one is an outbound sales representative. You must have a sales and musical background. Starts at $15.50 an hour, and the shift is 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. an hour.
We hope that all of these jobs are music to your ears at home. But listen, so I come to you and I get a job, but it's not really what I want. It's not in my thing to do. How do I say to you, Anna, help me out?
Yeah, so it's not your dream job, but there are plenty of jobs available. So maybe look at a few key skills that you might have that you need some extra help on. And maybe take a look at the positions we have available and figure out how you might be able to get a little bit more experience with those skills that you need to eventually get to that dream job of yours.
Perfect. Let's talk about these jobs this week. How do I reach you?
You can call or text us at 317-870-5555 or check out our jobs posted at Spherion.com.
The jobs are also posted on our website, hiringhoosiers.com. And of course, these are the jobs of the week.
Only at Bob's Discount Furniture.
When I take dogs for a walk, figuratively, in my forecast, it's no easy trot. You can see Tula and Melly had to take a break. You can see them on the Monon. They like to walk the Monon, and you should too. 73 the temperature now. Dry and down to 64 at 11 tonight.
Please join Mark and Amanda tonight on the news at 11. Enjoy the sunset, and good night.